Ughughmmmmmcushi were the first wiggers to get the shaft. The mine shaft. We've been mining for diamonds since beta 1.1.2. I remember seeing a curvy creeper down here that made lit my redstone torch. Did you brew a speed potion or are you just that hot? I fucked a pumpkin once. Well, how about you make me your pumpkin? The two ran off into the cave spider spawner and encountered an sticky surprise. Are these webs? No, said a mysterious voice. It is my semen. Hums is this voice. It is me. Who? Me. Who? Me. Who is me? Me is Haraburn's second daughter's firstborn child's cousin's dog. I fucked a dog once, said the creeper. The CREPR's name is App Store. Steve is still Ste=V and gay. Oh my notch, said Ste=V. I must warn you. Sawed Steve's new friend when I fuck him expl socks of one. And that's when Ste=V noticed a slivering substance beneath him. Holy my dick. And it CRWWLED over his feet and left a moist stream over his toes. Fuck, is it just me or does anyone else have erectile dysfunction? Steve exclaimed. Yo, pass me then, oh gourd fam, creepy said, putting on Blel Jospi. You better not play the national anthem on Nazi Germany, said the Jews. They did not. A big black figure appeared and creepy screamed, where's the KKK when you need them? The KKK was busy. Today was bowling practice. Hold K in a minute, says suddenly Jeff the KKILLERRRR. He this ISNT 2009 SED Ste=V. Shit, you right, said Jeff. Masturbating as STWVER, take marijuana and smoke. Creepy proclaimed weed is AA since Ste=V. Steve said it makes him feel good. Creepy began saying words from the current and Ste=V got upset, but it's okay, they make up. Fucked. His figure became defined as white stuff streamed down his left legs. It is the feel good, V said. Creepy began shopping on eBay for new shoes. Creepest want a red sex you do, but makeup sex would not work this time. So Creep had to find a new way to satisfy his lover. How about we watch some cookie place? Okay. Suddenly ETH Rogan. Hey guys, says Fit. Check new A. Bum feet Snoop. I have a small big K. TYDHST is all higher. Sieg Heil gamers, we got forgot XD. Hey, I'm not gay, but your penis looks quite tasty. I like my nuts salty, so I put the pepper away and began the sacred ritual of salting nuts. As Stephen Weiss reads his AP Music Theory book, others call him a fag. Hey, that's not nice. Back to Minecraft. Creepy took Steve's hand and said, let's get out of the mineshaft. Honey cakes. I fucked a cake once. I used honey as lube. I know I was there, said Creepy. So they exited the mineshaft and entered the open Minecraft world. Seed 1918464392364692346. Look at this plant, said Ste=V. Look at this tree, said Creepy. They began to have passionate blocky sex in the middle of the plains. Creepy inserted his gunpowder dick into Ste=V's tight anal cavity. A player was masturbating in the distance when sudden a vaginal crease approached. Oh shit, said Ste=V. I haven't seen the girl since my mom called me for dinner last night. Creepy examined the scene. I haven't seen the girl since my vagina turned into a penis. Oh shit, what up? CKUDS cucks. They were wondering if Notch had two balls or one when suddenly another portal appeared before them. This reminds me of X's Anna, said Creepy. Hey, I'm gay, Steve. Don't play the national anthem of the USSR, said the starving Russians. Deutschland über ale, said Hitler. Nye. 7/11ths was an inside job. Back to the nether portal, bitches. Snow back to reality. There was an ominous figure leaving the nether portal. Hold me, said Steve. I do not have arms, said Creepy. So Kenny Skeleton emerged from the nether portal and he thus spake. This is brown mana, the 7th color addition to purple. Fuck, that makes me hot, said Steve. WHO wants to code some COMPUTERFDSXE. I would, but this is Minecraft and the only form of electricity we have is redstone. Fine then, fuckers, LETD have violent anal sex. Okay. Then Skemmy started speaking in binary. 1001101111110101 death to America. Skemmy was an infidel and Schemels had many deaths from the eyes. My favorite holiday is September 11th, 2001, said Kenny right after the Holocaust of the white people. Kenny proceeded to whip out his magic dick. Then Mr. Krabby Krabby emerged from the nether and attacked Skemmy. This is for stealing my pubes, you whore. Then Skemming had ERSR on his head, fear powers at love. Then Mr. Krusty Crappie avenged Pearl Harbor by hitting Skirmity over the head. 101 help. New one helped him because binary is a dead language just like Latin. Then MT Krubels Carbles put on striped sweater for power and emerged from nether portal red Hari man. Hey said the man IWILL not tolerate sweaters in my Christian school said MR Finibuster. Then MR Croupy Crappy gave Skewy a Krabby Patty saying bon appetite bony appetite bomb the Japetic bomb the Japetic bomb the Japanese. He shoved the patty up MR Finn's anus. Oops said MR Finn. Skenny suddenly died of typhus. That what you get for sharing needles, don't share nettles kids. Back to Creepy and Steve, who left the scene by this point. Hey baby I'm explosively horny said Creepy. I lost my testicles in a mining accident said Steve. It's okay I have glue said Creepy. So they did some sexual arts and crafts and read Bible verses to keep it pure. Hey he said Phonagusling got in a silverfish with hair like Vegeta from Dragon BLLZ. Phonagus had some experience in BDSM and wanted to share it with his new friends. Then Vagina's hair exploded into flames and he attacked DRGUS. Out of nowhere appeared a wooden horse. Phonagus climbed atop the wooden horse. She was strapped to it by her knees in the folds or her vagina wrapped around the sharp point of the device. She screamed in agony but she could not stop orgasming. Jesus Christ appeared from the sky to stop this horror, but even he could not redeem humanity, so he left. Phonagus was riding it and having the time of her life when Creepy whipped out the CT of Ninetales and senselessly beating her. Oh yes said Phonagus, orgasming intensely. Steve could not help himself, as he began touching himself with a plastic blocky glove as Creepy and Phonagus praised Satan in their sexual ritual. Then the BDSM ended. Now Creepy and Steve had a long conversation about their relationship. I've faked a relationship hip once. Okay said Steve. I want to be more than just friends with benefits. I of the clouds K a large light and an even larger boy. He blessed them with a cry Sieg Heil gamers. It was CADDE the Wigigud. Who is this mystical thick boy asked Creepy with confusion. Ha ha Heil I am the end in the beginning he shouted. Who wants to come throw pies in Jews' faces? 111. He then summoned his Gestapo of funny SSMEN and they proceeded to tell jokes. Stop right there shouted St equal V we do be not tolerate racist attitudes toward minorities. I'm not racist says the boy with loudness passionate. St equal V said Crepplesy you know like him he is my father. Hey he is also my dad but I left him as a child because he used me as a prop in his gaming videos. Understandable, but he is still my father so you must respect him said Creepy. Hey that is not imption said STTEV, we must go our separate ways. I will keep the toys and you can keep the jars of urine and semen Creed. No we don't have to end it this way. WOAH shouted Tom Cappuccino from the clouds. Tom began to tell Creepy about his love for Anim. Then Steve challenged him to a game of Chinese checkers for his love. Tom accepted and after Steve's first move he accused him of being a 12-year-old cheater. Steve denied this, to which Tom began blaming his internet connection. Steve said his connection was just fine and then Tom said he liked the controls more on the console. Tom began to kiss him and Steve was blown back, as Creepy cried in the distance. Plot twist Tom isn't gay. Tom then left in his wake of horror because his mother called him down for pizza pockets. Steve and Creepy the end spoke to each other and stared intently at each other's eye sockets. Hey I am sorry we had a fight. It's okay. Steve leaned into Creepy's head for a long passionate kiss. Creepy blinked and inserted his gunpowder tongue into his mouth. The two fell to the floor, as Steve unzipped his pants and Creepy began sucking. Before this gets out of hand, just know they did it raw. Howdy gamers I am still here Ouija said menacingly I am here to zap the homos. Dad no PLS. He PULLD 2 electric eels out of his fanny pack and attempted to zap the gay away. Howie Romnick gay by a curvy boy. Now that the pair wasn't gay, they began to actively seek out a significant other of the opposite sex. Then a girl, a female pig, didn't even have to bend over. I fucked you pig once. He was prepared to do it again, but the pig had an owner, a local farmer named Forstairs. Forstairs had a weird hobby, as he was into collecting taxidermy sculptors and having sex with them. Forstairs stared, for stares at stairs are 14. He also owned a bunch of child pornography. Alright we're getting a leg up in here. Forstairs WS a strict dad, only he may have sex with his pig daughter except on Saturdays because then she went to the wolves so her pussy wasn't so tight. Creepy pleaded with the man to let him fuck her soft pink vagina with his fake dick. I fucked a pig one and prepared to do it again. 4 days still refused, claiming his daughter must remain pure of uterus. Creepy was so angry he began to turn white, flashing instantly until boom. Creepy exploded, leaving a destroyed Locky farm and a dead farmer and pig. He went skrrrrra and Steve cried. Steve, now with no straight love or J lover, searches on in solitude. Said Russell. Cheating in the Special Olympics, taking advantage of disabled people makes me nut. SSTV caught attention of Russell, and approached him to tell him how his left testicle was showing, but that hairy nut captivated him, as he began to stare into his soft supple skin. Just as Steve approached Russell he saw in the distance a supercharged screeper. The screeper flashed its at Steve, and he knew what that meant. That supercharged creepist. My ashles is ready, saw it Russell. But that creeper, I'd recognize that tot green asshole anywhere. Yes, I am creepy, said App Store. And you were ready to fuck the retired. Did you really? THIK and I was dead. Steve had conflicting feelings. He could either have an Russell-tastic one-night stand or restart a relationship with his explosive ex. Screepy approached the pair, with semen guzzling from his house. Full House, a wholesome family show. Watch that instead of reading this. Back to the story, gamers. Screepy had went on a long journey since his abrupt death. We visited Freddie Mercury in heaven and he gave him some great advice about homosexuality. Screepy found himself at a crossroad of a happy life and an explosive temper. Freddie gave him some pity sex and he was resurrected to earth. Rose never dies. Steve said. Screepy, come join me again. We can work this out. Russell became jealous and picked a fight with Creepy. Russell threw a punch into Creepy, dealing half a heart of damage. Creepy began to flare up, but he did not want to explode and miss his chance of reclaiming Steve. Russell went for his enchanted diamond sword. Then Creepy used his new supercharged cum shot ability and blasted Russell with a face of gunpowder and jizz. Unlimited power. Russell ran, and Screepy went to insert his victorious balls into Steve's mouth when the Gestapo showed up. You didn't heal with me and I am mad, shouted Woogie, and he sent his very funny men of the SS after them. We will kill them at any holocaust, shouted one, and killed Russell with laughter. Thr funny SS men lined up a bunch of Jewish people and began to throw pies in their faces. Stop laughing too hard, said Steve. The funny SS men began to put Zyklon B up Russell's tight anus, causing him to fall to the New World Order. Hey Heil, said Ouija, my purpose here is done. He left with his new recruits, telling jokes the whole way home. Steve was left with Creepy to reconcile their lost love. Suddenly this becomes a Rick and Morty fanfic. Morty says, Rick suck my balls. Morty. No. Rick was very angry, since he had a high IQ because he watches Rick and Morty, his favorite television program behind the Teletubbies on CNN. Then Rick threw a rock at Morty but missed and hit the North Tower and killed thousands of innocent Americans. Wubba lubba dub dub. Then some blonde kid in a stupid baseball cap walked up and said hi and Rick fucking killed him. Morty was horrified and horny at the same time. Oh geez Rick, my dick. Norty, why you always be you RP thinking about your chode. Morty, think about sinus. Morty. I am just a 14-year-old boy. I have urges. Please summon MR-Me6 please. RICK. I need to release my seed. No Morty, the one other rule is don't jerk off with MR-Me6. Morty, don't do it. Morty, why shouldn't I? Rick, the joke's already dead. This show isn't even funny anymore. It never was. Thus a neckbeard spake. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. The humor is extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp of theoretical physics most of the jokes will go over a typical viewer's head. There's also Rick's nihilistic outlook, which is deftly woven into his characterization. His personal philosophy draws heavily from Narodnaya literature. For instance, the fans understand this stuff. They have the intellectual capacity to truly appreciate the depths of these jokes, to realize that they're not just funny, they say something deep about life. As a consequence, people who dislike Rick and Morty truly are idiots. Of course they wouldn't appreciate, for instance, the humor in Rick's existential catchphrase wubba lubba dub dub, which itself is a cryptic reference to Turgenev's Russian epic Fathers and Sons. I'm smirking right now just imagining one of those addlepated simpletons scratching their heads in confusion as Dan Harmon's genius unfolds itself on their television screens. What fools! How I pity them. And yes, by the way, I do have a Rick and Morty tattoo. And no, you cannot see it. It's for the ladies' eyes only, and even they have to demonstrate that they're within 5 IQ points of my own, preferably lower, beforehand. Thus the Rick and the Mortal killed themselves in the neck. Near fucked their corpses with his high IQ.